Okay, Islam, my Moorish American nation and family. I'm gonna make this really quick. Arrington-Bey, Islam. I'm Rhonda Arrington-Bey. I am a Moorish American. I've been naturalized to uphold the U.S.A. Constitution of 1787, the 13th Amendment with 20 sections, and all four of Abraham Lincoln's proclamations. I recently rebrought my national headdress yesterday, and so this is my third one, so I'm wearing it today. So today was an odd day. It's August the 12th, 2021. A customer, first odd thing, a customer came and I was standing across from a customer, and I noticed the bag, Mindy handing the customer the bag of food at Burger King. I'm at Burger King, and I think I said, "Sir, do you have marinara sauce?" And I said, "You have marinara sauce to go with your mozzarella sticks." I was just checking to make sure he had everything that he needed, sauce, anything, you know. And he looked. He said, "Yes, I think it's in here." And Minnie said, "Yes, it's in there." And I said, "Oh, okay." And I did my same thing. I would say, "I hope you have a great day." Phyllis, the manager, she's African American. This is only a description. I don't know if she claimed a nationality. She made a comment as though she said I was checking behind her or seeing if she did her job, something like that. And she was upset. Or I said, "No, I was not checking." I said I was just doing my job, making sure that the customer is okay. I was not checking to see if you did your job. I didn't know. I was just making sure that the customer had everything that the customer needed. And then she went on saying that I needed to stay in my place. And I didn't understand. And I said, "Stay in my place." I said, "Phyllis, what are you talking about? Stay in my place." I didn't understand what that comment, how that comment connects to me working at Burger King. I told her, I said, "Phyllis, you're taking this way too personal. All I was doing is trying to make sure that the customer had everything that the customer needed. I didn't know if anyone put the marinara sauce in there, and in other words, I didn't know who put the marinara sauce in there or who didn't. I was just doing my customer service. This is what I do." Then she went on to say that it sounded like she said something in an odd way, like violent, something. I told her, I said, I don't know what "stay in my place" means. I don't know, but it's not. She said something in an odd, like, I'm gonna say aggressive. I'm gonna say violent. I'm gonna say aggressive manner. She was speaking to Shamara, a new African American employee. Shamara, I think I'm pronouncing her name right. And because Shamara came, sort of was like, I guess, trying to make light of things. I didn't understand why. I told her, I said, "You're taking this too personal, Phyllis. All I was doing was my job." And Phyllis started to look at her and talk to her, but still in the same breath of conversation of what was going on. So, instead of looking at me, she was still talking, but sort of, and was looking at her. So it was still in the same moment of what was happening. And it sounded like she was aggressive in what she was saying. And I told her, I said, "Phyllis, I am mentally stable. I am mentally healthy. And I don't promote violence. I'm not violent." And when I said mentally stable and healthy, Thomas, the manager, started laughing, like scoffed at it, laughed like, yeah, and like that. And then he walked off the front line. And I was like, okay. I didn't say anything. I just stayed quiet. But I just told her, after she was talking to Shamara about it, I just stayed quiet because I didn't want her to get upset and find a reason to say for me to go home and get off the clock. Then another situation happened. And during this time, it sounded like the word "brother" was spoken, but I couldn't tell if that's really what she was saying or Thomas was saying. But it sounded like they were saying it low, but I couldn't tell, so I'm leaving that up in the air, the word "brother." So then the second situation that happened was I was James. I was cleaning the fry station counter. There was salt all over the fry station, and I was cleaning the fry station counter, and with a sanitizer towel with gloves. We have to wear gloves, as far as I know. CJ has not told us that we don't have to, and James said we don't have to. But looks, as far as what I've seen, when I come in to where everyone that I see, majority is still wearing gloves. And now maybe seen a couple of managers not have some on for a moment, but then they put some on. So I don't know what the deal is with that, but I put gloves on. So I have the gloves on. I'm cleaning. I'm sanitizing the fry station counter. James said, "Can you make me a vanilla shake?" I said, "No." He didn't say, "Can you?" He said, "Rhonda, make me a vanilla shake." He told me to. But I always say, "Okay, I sure can, no problem." So, but I had the towel in my hand. My gloves are wet, and not only that, I'm cleaning salt on the fry station. So as I was putting the towel back in the bucket to go change my gloves, he started to complain, like he has before when I went to go change my gloves. And I didn't understand why was he complaining. He started to complain and talk to Phyllis, saying something about me, something about him telling me to do the vanilla shake. So after I washed my hands, changed my gloves, I went back to go do the shake, and he said, "Never mind." Something like that. And he said, "You're not going to be working after 3 o'clock anymore." James come on the clock between 2 and 3. And he said, "You're not going to be working on the clock after 3 anymore." Something like that. And I said, "Why?" I said, "I'm doing what I'm supposed to do." So I didn't understand why he would say, I'll make a comment that I'm not going to be on the clock after 3, because he comes on the clock between 2 and 3. All I was doing, I didn't say I wasn't going to do the job. I made the vanilla shake. I was just going to change my gloves, because customers have complained about tasting sanitizer in their drink or on the lid or whatever, or just not changing our gloves. And I told him, I said, "I was just wiping the counters down, and I'm going to do your shake. When you told me, didn't you see me with the towel?" I was trying to show him, but he was trying to look everywhere and keep talking and fussing at me in a very, very disrespectful manner, like raising his voice. And I told him, I said, "You need to take me around the corner, because you really, he's like raising his voice, getting really upset." And I couldn't understand why. Then after that, a black male customer was at the counter, and I've seen him at Burger King many times before. And he said, so he ordered a Whopper, a small fry, and a small drink. James specified he wanted us to do the fries first. He calls it setting up, which I do sometimes. If someone's there, then I grab the sandwich and let the other person grab the fries, or do the fries. But and a lot of times he'll all of a sudden stand next to me, and so if he's standing next to me and implying he's doing fries, then I'll grab the sandwich, and he has complained about that. But so I didn't understand. But anyway, he said. He looked at me and said, "Will you get this gentleman his food," or something like that. I said, I'm preparing his food." He said, Do you have it set up?" I said, "Yes, I have it set up." He said, I said, "The fries are set up. I'm just waiting on the sandwich, James." And he's doing this, and the black male was the only customer there on the front line, and he's talking like this in front of the customer, like I wasn't how you will you help this gentleman, his food, or like he's done this before. Will you help that man, that sort of thing. And I'm like I'm not doing my job. And 90% of the time, I think actually I'm gonna say 100% of the time, I'm gonna leave 99, maybe I'm forgetting, has been a black male customers. And I told James today, I said, I don't discriminate when it comes to customers. I try, okay, to treat each and every customer the same. Okay, I try. I say I'm not discriminating when it comes to the customers. And after I showed him the setup, he played it off like it was nothing. And no, he said, and then after that, let me finish. There's another thing he did. A Spanish guy, a Spanish customer. He said the Spanish. Okay, I was preparing. The Spanish cup, because I was wiping down the counters again, and he said, I told James, I said, "James, I had already told this." He was Spanish speaking. He lived from Mexico, South America, maybe Central America, but definitely he had the accent, like he looked like he spoke Spanish. And there's a huge community of those that speak Spanish that come to Burger King, and he had an accent that he spoke Spanish. After I took his order, I was wiping down the counters. I think if I remember correctly, before I took his order. But I went ahead and took his order. So I was like, okay, I could take his order, change my gloves, and expedite the food. So after I took his order, I went to go wipe the counter. I went to go change my gloves, and I told James, I said, James, let me change my gloves real quick, because I was wiping the counters down. And he said, Rhonda, you need to take care of my customers. I said, I am taking care of the customers. I said, what do you want me to do? Do you not want me to? So you said I should not change my gloves? He said, you need to take care of the customers. I said, James, I told you I was wiping down the counters, and I'm going to go change my gloves to expedite food. Tell me, are you telling me that I should not change my gloves before I expedite the food? And he said again, Rhonda, you need to take care of my customers. I said, what does that mean? And after that, I said, he just looked at me. I said, okay, so why are you telling me to take care of your customers, stopping me from going to change my gloves as though I'm not doing my job? So I looked at him, I said, okay, then I am taking care of the customer. I'm going to go ahead and go change my gloves. I went to go change my gloves, and this time he didn't say anything. So it's like he's done this before, out of the blue, just say stuff like that, or like literally criticize me, and don't have much. And then when I question what's going on, it's like he's trying to see what I'm going to do lawfully, like I'm in court. You know how lawyers use words? So instead of him answering the question, Rhonda, you do not have to change your gloves to expedite the food, even though you were just wiping down the counters with a towel and sanitizer and whatever, or saying, yes, Rhonda, you do need to change your gloves. Instead of answering that question, he just kept repeating the word, you need to take care of my customers, like I'm in court, like we are, like I'm speaking like a lawyer, just trying to say. To me, this is what I took it as, use words without answering the question. So I took it upon myself to go. I said, okay, because the reason why I took it, I said it carefully, because he has sent me home or told me to get off the clock just for certain things like this before. And this time, so I was like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and change my gloves, because my gloves are wet and dirty. They're dirty, and I need to, because I was wiping down the counters, doing it, so this time he didn't say anything. So that was my day today. And I'm not saying he was like a lawyer, but I'm saying this is the thing, this is how it seemed. Instead of him saying, no, you don't have to change your gloves, expedite the fries with your dirty gloves or sanitized gloves. To me, if you have salt on your gloves or whatever on your gloves, after you wipe it down in counters, and then you pick up the scoop, you put the fries in the scoop. Sometimes the fries fall on the side of your hand, of your gloves, and then you grabbing the food from the chute, the sandwiches. So there's many ways, and I'm not perfect, but I'm thinking definitely I need to change my gloves. And not only that, customers have complained and said, can you change your gloves? They might see us scratch our hair or do like this, and whatever. There's customers have complained, said change your gloves. Not just to me, but to other employees. And like the last time I think was Mindy. And I said, Mindy, do you ask people to change your gloves when you're out? She said, yes. I said, me too. I said, no, I'm not offended. If the customers tell me to change my gloves, I change my gloves. So I'm not offended. If they think the gloves are dirty, why not change them? They're the customer. So anyway, that was my day today. It is August the 12th, 2021. So, in reference to spirituality, I was thinking about how it's important to, I I'll tell you about that later, because on the second video, this is the first video, I spoke about spirituality and things I experienced spiritually. But this is what I experienced today at Burger King. Islam, I'll talk to you later.